is a huge election coming up, and man, is it going to be wild. There's so much at stake. We can hold the House, take back the Senate, and recapture the White House. The left has total control of corporate media, government bureaucracy, big tech, and oh boy, do they know how to wield power.
They impeach me, they indict me.
There's more to do, so let's finish the job.
I've spent decades in public service and the media. I know how the system works and how to use it. I'm gonna give you a front row seat free of charge and take you inside the race for the nomination like no one else can. We can fix our institutions and we can repair the damage that's been done to our country before it's too late. Welcome to the Sean Spicer Show.
Joining me now, that gentleman right there, Sean Spicer of the Sean Spicer Show, airs Monday through Friday, 6 p.m. Eastern Time, right here on the First TV. Let's hope he doesn't get camera shy. Lord knows he doesn't have the experience. Sean, thanks for welcome to the family, dude.
It's great to be part of it. Thank you for welcoming me and for all the support of you and everyone else at the First. I'm excited to be part of this.
Yeah, of course, man. I think you're going to like it here. I sure do. Okay. You're in Milwaukee. GOP debate is tomorrow night. It's always different when you're on the ground versus watching it all on TV or social media. What's the buzz? What's going on the ground?
It's a great question, Jesse, because right now everybody's talking obviously about who made it, the cut this morning, 8 candidates going to be on the stage, and then obviously who's not here, which is Donald Trump. And it's funny, I just walked down to get my media credentials to cover this, and you got a bunch of Trump people walking around, and it's funny. I mean, Trump physically is not here, but his presence is being felt everywhere. And the question is, how are people going to react to that? What is their strategy going into this? So it's hysterical because he's not here, and yet he's still the biggest thing that's being talked about.
This is what Trump is really, really good at doing. He sucks the oxygen out of the room. He commands all of the spotlight. We all watched him do it in 2016. No matter who your candidate was, anybody could talk about was Donald Trump. And these candidates have to find a way to not steal it. 'Cause you're not going to steal it from him, but get some of it back. How do you get some of it back without getting up there with a clown nose on and juggling, flaming bowling pins or something?
So look, here's the thing. There are basically what I would say are two strategies for tomorrow night. Number one, go after Donald Trump. I think that's the Chris Christie strategy. It's like kamikaze, go straight at the guy. And number two is talk about yourself. Here's the thing that I would say. Number one, if you go at Trump, and let's say you're even really effective at doing it, there's nothing that says that you're the beneficiary of this. So Chris Christie grows up and let's say he literally blows up Trump and makes a really compelling argument. Well, just because you don't want to vote for Trump anymore doesn't mean you're going to benefit Chris Christie. It could benefit Nikki Haley. It could benefit Vivek Ramaswamy. So I would argue that that would be a pretty stupid strategy. Number two, if you're at 1 or 2 or 3%, which most of these guys are, then my goal as a strategist would tell them, hey, let's get you to 6 or 7 or 8. And the way to do that is to get people excited about your candidacy. I think Vivek Ramaswamy has done a fantastic job of doing that. He's not going after Trump. He's talking about himself. He's talking about his policies, his and his vision for the future. I think that's a much smarter idea, but I think the media wants everybody to go after Trump. They look at this as a ratings exercise, not as an exercise in who would be the best candidate for the Republican Party or why Donald Trump is still the 800-pound gorilla. And I think that people have to remember the strategy here. You're hearing everybody talk about Trump because that's what the media wants. They want their ratings. They want their clips. They don't really care about the outcome.
Can it hurt Trump and DeSantis, though, these candidates in the race who are clearly there mainly to just attack them? It's obvious to anybody. Chris Christie doesn't want to be president. He wants to hurt Donald Trump. It's obvious to anybody with 2 eyes and 2 ears that Vivek is really in the race to attack and hurt Ron DeSantis. Everyone can see that. That's why he doesn't do anything but to Donald Trump but give him back rubs. That doesn't get you closer to the presidency. So what does it get you? A job on cable news? What do they get from it?
It's interesting because I think different people have different things. Some people are auditioning for 2028. There's been a few people that were cut by the debate stage today that I wonder if they were looking for a cable news contract, as you said. I mean, I do wonder if Chris Christie's looking for an MSNBC or a CNN contract because you're not serious if that's your only strategy. It's funny, he's been in the race for 2 months, and the only thing I know he's for is attacking Donald Trump. So I think it's a valid question. If you're at 2 or 3%, what are you really gunning for? Do you want a book deal? Are you playing for the future? But I think there's such a delta between Trump and the next person. Even with DeSantis, you're talking 40 points. What are you really trying to get at? I think we'll see. This debate will be telling. We lost 3 people today. Suarez, Johnson didn't make the Perry Johnson, Suarez, and Will Hurt didn't make the debate stage. I don't know how you go on after that. Where's the next cut? And I think tonight we may see the next iteration of that. A couple people who just flail, and it's pretty obvious that they're not going anywhere. Because you need, I always say with campaigns, you need the equivalent of gas in a car, and that's donations and volunteers. And at some point, people aren't stupid. They won't give you their money or their time if they don't think you have any path forward.
There is a huge election coming up, and man, is it going to be wild. I'm going to give you a front row seat inside the race for the nomination like no one else can. Welcome to the Sean Spicer Show.
The Sean Spicer Show, weeknights at 6 p.m. Eastern on the First TV.